Welcome to the Meat and Potatoes podcast. We're here with Connor Chase, who's the founder and CEO of Zenbase, also the head of design. How are you?
Hey, good man. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Have you meditated today?
I did.
Is that what you do in the morning?
Yeah, after the gym, first thing.
Gym and then meditate. So what is meditation for you?
Meditation for me, it's just putting on a piece of relaxing music, just closing my eyes. I also have like this headset, flashes me with lights. It's kind of crazy. Just sit there for like 15 minutes and just let my mind wander.
Let your mind wander, and at the end of it, what's the result usually?
Just like a really good feeling. Starts off my day right.
Do you ever come to any answers that you've questioned the day before?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like when you're meditating, you're actually like more creative and better problem solver. And I've seen it happen.
I love it. And that is ultimately the onus of Zenbase, right? Is you're all in on meditation. You see the values and the merits of it, and you've coupled it into a business model. So give us the founding story, if you could.
Exactly. We are trying to bring mindfulness to the masses. So basically the background story is, I'd say like 2 years ago, I was dating this girl. She's obviously an ex-girlfriend now. She put me on the meditation. And I saw the value in meditation straight away after my first meditation session. So I was learning how to meditate, forming that practice. And I remember this day so vividly. I was in my dorm room apartment and I set a timer for 15 minutes. Timer goes off. And that's when I had the idea, when it just popped in my mind. At the time I was using the Brave browser. Your audience probably knows what that is. It's a web browser that gives you cryptocurrency for viewing the internet. So I had the idea to combine these two unique industries. And as soon as that timer went off, I'm like, this is it. This is how we're going to bring mindfulness to the masses. So I give my co-founder, Jesse Freelander, a call, and he's rushing over 30 minutes later. And that's our all-night story. He comes over and we draft the first white paper for Meditate to Earn.
Very cool. So the idea actually happened
while I was meditating. Yeah.
There you go. Proof's in the pudding. So yeah, you're coupling two things. For those unfamiliar with the Brave browser, you get small increments of crypto for using the browser, right?
Yeah, it's pretty rad. Yeah. I've gotten like $50 just using the internet.
Yeah. And so kind of the same principle there. You can have a lot of really great apps and ideas and, be all in on meditation, but getting people to use it on their own accord is obviously difficult, whether it's meditation or anything, right? So you've coupled the ability to earn crypto while you meditate.
Exactly. We wanted to figure out a way to make meditation and wellness sticky, because there was a study done over a 30-day period. Like Calm had a 50% dropout rate. So people they know meditation is good for them, wellness is good for them, but they have trouble committing to a wellness regimen. So I thought cryptocurrency rewards was an exciting new way to kind of galvanize the community to start meditating.
Yeah. I think you've hit on a few things there. Like people know that sleep is good for them, that balanced diet is good, exercise is good. Wearing a helmet is good. Wearing a seatbelt is good. All sorts of things, right? And millions, if not billions, still don't do it. So over the course of human history, you've had to incentivize people, weirdly enough.
We're weirdly stubborn biologically.
Yes. So the headwinds of crypto, obviously, it's been around for a while, and there's been dips and falls, and there will be in the future. Currently in kind of one here, but people that enjoy it and want to learn about it can do two birds, one stone with this one, right? Like, I know I need to meditate. If only there was a reward. And that's where you guys come in, right?
Exactly. We tailor to the crypto curious, but also the wellness curious.
Yeah. So if you're all in on meditation, you're just earning a little bit of free crypto, cherry on the top. And if you're all in on crypto, you're learning about meditation.
Right, exactly. So instead of paying for wellness, which is what every subscription-based company is doing right now in this industry. We're flipping the script and we're paying you to meditate.
Very cool. All right. So, two interesting markets. You already had a decent understanding of meditation, but that would involve building out something that people could use, right? And then what I think might be the harder part would be, how do you incentivize them? So that's the question. Like, not an easy thing, I would imagine, to like come up with the math, the algorithms, however you do it, the protocols, the blockchains of, you've meditated 5 days in a row, you get X. How did you guys start to solve those problems?
So essentially, we track the time you spend meditating or doing a yoga class, or we even have hypnosis classes. There's a lot of cool categories on Zenbase for you to do. So they all track the time that you spend doing that wellness activity. And then it's recorded on the live blockchain that, hey, X Zen user spent 15 minutes doing a yoga class. And that's how we distribute our tokens, which is called Zentoken on the platform.
Very cool. And the value of Zentoken over the years, the utility, have you guys thought through all of that?
Yeah, we have. As people may know, cryptocurrency law is kind of extremely hard to navigate now these days. It's still this massive gray area. So we're trying to work diligently. We have a whole bunch of use cases that you can use Zentoken for in the future, and it's currently in development. One really cool thing is, say you make yoga classes, man. You could come to Zenbase, record a little yoga class on your iPhone, upload it to Zenbase, and then you could even make that class an NFT if you wanted to. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with Zentoken. What we anticipate a lot of people are going to do is just trade it for wellness products like yoga mats, Himalayan rock salts. You can even trade it for gift cards or turn it into USDC, which stands for US dollar coin.
Yeah. So you're getting more flexible, you're meditating. I'd love to do yoga. To the point we've made several times. I've maybe done it twice in a row, right? That's the record. But if I was accruing Zen tokens, and I didn't really care about that, but I cared about gift cards, I could trade those in.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. What's been the hardest part, like the content for meditation or figuring out the incentives and making sure they all work and it's on the ledger and everything?
Probably at this really early stage, it's getting content. It's a lot of cold emails, cold phone calls. But we have some great partners that we already have on the platform. We have over 300 wellness content pieces on Zenbase currently, ranging from like hypnosis to yoga classes. So that's been the hardest part so far. It was kind of easy determining what we want people to redeem their Zen token in for. That just comes with the vision part.
Very cool. And I should have downloaded the app. I'm not a big app person, but the hypnosis, let's just say that one, for example, that involved either you guys creating the content on your own or reaching out to an expert. And I assume they don't want to give it for free. Well, maybe they would. But if it is their content, they get a benefit by the users as well, right?
Yeah, man. Like I always tell Jesse, like Zentoken, that's how we're going to get our yachts.
Gotcha.
So the cool thing is, let's say you make a hypnosis class. You can upload it to Zenbase and you get cryptocurrency streaming royalties. So how it's split up, it's exactly like the Brave browser. So users get 70% and the content creators all get 30%.
Very cool. And what's the reaction been from the, what do you call them, partners, the contributors, the folks that are giving you content?
Yeah, the meditation artists and all those guys, they love the idea. They're really excited to put their content on Zenbase. Even though we're like at such an early stage, they see the potential.
Yeah. You mentioned yachts, which is great. The business model for you guys, what have you thought through on that and how is it working?
Yeah, so subscription models, they work extremely well. That's why Calm, Headspace, 10% Happier, they all use a subscription model. Now, we have a problem with that. It's kind of a conflict of interest charging people to live healthily. So we try to get creative with our business model. We operate off of a freemium model. Now, as we're still in the early stage, just for like upkeep and maintaining operations, we will include advertisements. And as soon as I say that, people's eyes open up. They're like, advertisements on a meditation platform, man, what are you doing? I'll tell you what we're doing. So you get paid for watching those ads, but it's only going to be for the interim. That's for upkeep, as I mentioned. We plan on transitioning to a model that we partner with health insurance companies so we can bypass advertisements and get you a discount on your health insurance for trading in your Zentoken.
Very cool. And key metrics for you guys in the early days of this. You guys raised a little bit of money, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned like the business model now will evolve. What are things that make you happy, like on the dashboard as you watch the growth, and what are things that make you mad or sad?
What makes me happy? I don't know who can see me right now, but just the charts doing this in terms of like user growth. It means that people are enjoying the platform. That makes me happy. This is personally the first app that I've ever put out. So it's just a tremendous thing seeing those charts in that trajectory.
Yeah. And I assume, you've got to keep the content fresh and applicable, and hopefully at a high amount of volume, right? If you've got a bunch of users and they're just churning through it and they're curious for new stuff, how do you guys validate and vet that the content's not wackadoo or just weird and doesn't work?
Yeah. Luckily, we haven't gotten to that point where we've crossed paths with some wackadoo content yet. We will implement a similar strategy to Insight Timer. So anyone can upload content to Insight Timer, and they have a vetting process. It's probably just a manual process. It's got to be the best job ever, man. Just sitting in an office chair listening to meditation music all day, make sure it's all right. That's got to be such a peaceful job. So probably going to implement stuff like that.
Very cool. And for you and your co-founder building the team, how big is the team?
It's about 15 Zen employees right now.
What were you looking for with the first group of hires?
That's a good question. I feel like people who are like me and Jesse, people who are driven, ambitious, have some degree of perspicacity. That's what we look for, people who will fit the culture. And me and Jesse are obviously the co-founders along with Pharaoh. And we just, people who are like us fit the culture. Yeah.
Very cool. And you guys raised a little bit of money. What was that process like?
Fairly easy.
There you go.
It was really rare. We were pre-revenue. We still are, but it was also pre-product. And our angel investor was my co-founder Jesse's finance professor. And he loved Jesse. Jesse created like some awesome algorithms for his class. And it's this guy named Ping. He loves meditation. So he saw the value in Zenbase, and he threw us a 50 rack.
Very cool. So that's a little bit of a secret, because usually like fundraising's hard.
Yeah.
And you might run into that for the next go around, of course. But
who's truly an angel.
Yeah. If they're passionate about what you're building, you've got kind of an inside track there, whether it's meditation or farming or accounting software. If they're passionate about it, they might open their checkbook a little bit easier.
Yeah, 100%.
Little word of wisdom there. All right. So what are the users liking the most? And are you ever surprised at what something you thought would be really good wasn't, and vice versa?
Yeah, I have some buddies constantly text me. They're sending screenshots of the wallet in Zenbase. They're like, oh, I got more Zentoken than you now. Like, it's like kind of a competition now.
So it's like competitive, but also calming,
right?
They get calm and then they get competitive. It's capitalistic, but also meditative.
Right. How I like to think about it is it's a ripple effect. So any way that we can get you to meditate, it's just going to be a win-win scenario. So you're experiencing the benefits of meditation on the offhand. And that's basically the goal.
And what are like the best pieces of content so far that you guys have tracked and monitored?
Yeah, so I'd say the best content we have on Zenbase right now is from our producer named Philip Somber. He's a hit on Spotify. He makes a lot of lo-fi music, but he's my buddy from high school. He joined the team, and he makes some great meditation music. He's really trying to change the vibe up. I'd say that's the best content right now on Zenbase, so look out for Philip Somber on that.
Very cool. And are you able to track and see like the time of day that most people are meditating?
Yeah, mostly it's in the mornings and evenings from what we've seen.
So if you're ever just sick of looking at one more Excel spreadsheet, or you can't answer one more email, or Zoom is just too much, you could take a break in the middle of the day, because on average, how long are these sessions?
The meditation sessions. So you have to spend at least 5 minutes to earn Zentoken. We see the average around 5 to 8 minutes right now. So it's just baby steps. You know, I started off at 5 minutes, then worked to 8, then 12, and 15, and then 20 ultimately.
Oh, so you could do that middle of the day, no problem.
Yeah.
Very cool. And are you able to get like feedback and stories from the users that it's helped their lives, changed their lives?
Yeah. I like this one specific feedback story from my buddy's roommate. We put him onto meditation. He saw what we were doing at Zenbase. He's like, you know what? I'm going to try some meditation. And he did it right before sleep. And then he kept on with it. And it's been, a month of just recurring meditation practice. And he says that it's helped him so much. And I know that it's going to help a lot of other people, just like it helped him experience those benefits.
Very cool. So when people are, whether they're justified or unjustified, complaining to me, I'll say, well, it sounds like you need to go meditate. And I'm not even an expert and passionate about it like you are. But off the top of your head, what are some of the calamities of the human mind and psyche that it helps kind of assuage, like anxiety, depression, can't sleep? What are some things that meditation helps with?
Yeah, man. We are our own worst enemies. Some of us are overthinkers. Some of us just have a battle in our head, external thoughts versus internal thoughts, subconscious versus the conscious. What it all boils down to is you need to take time for yourself to literally decompress, empty all the thoughts in your mind. And that's when we can experience the presence. So the presence is perfect. The future is anxiety. And if we stay in that present moment, we can really, the universe has a lot to offer. We can sit down and listen to what we're experiencing right now. That is the most important thing. Instead of being on our phones, instead of, being occupied with distractions, we can really listen internally to what's going on. That's the most important thing about meditation.
Love it. Very cool. I think I might actually try it.
Yeah, man. Let me know after this podcast.
There you go. I'm getting sold. All right. So building the team and wearing all the hats that a startup founder would do. Don't want to run out of money. Want to make sure the design is great. You kind of lead out on that, right? That's your passion.
Yeah, I'm actually a certified UI UX designer, so love geeking out on the UI of the app. Yeah, she's pretty.
And that's kind of what you like to do. With the things that you don't like to do, how are you able to find the right talent in the team currently, or outsource that so that you can focus on what you're good at?
Yeah, so me and Jesse kind of split up tasks based on our expertise. He's really heavy financial. He has a heavy financial mindset and number cruncher. He's actually the inventor of Zentoken. He's a crazy cryptocurrency day trader. So I let him handle all that stuff. Basically, it's just a balance. And then whenever we need to, like none of us, we don't know how to do marketing. We're not marketing geniuses. Marketing's hard, at least for us. So we try to kind of source out our options and, just add valuable team members who have that expertise to fill in the gaps.
Love it. All right. What are you most excited about for your team, your company over the next 6 to 12 months? What are you guys going to do?
What are we going to do? We're going to work our butts off every day. I'm trying to pull a Elon doing 80 hours a week. Just want to see Zenbase become the $1 billion unicorn we know it can become.
Very cool. All right. So you're able to do that because you're calm and you are able to meditate and keep things level, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And even if the Buccaneers, which is your team, lay an egg this year, which they probably won't, you got it covered because you've got the meditation and you can compartmentalize and live in the moment, right?
Yeah, I meditate before every game.
Well, I'm sure like the vast majority of those players do, or at least they've been told to. You
I
would
know
think.
Tom Brady does. Tom Brady said in an interview he practices transcendental meditation. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, that's got to explain why he's the GOAT.
Love it. Well, this has been really fun, Connor. Congrats on what you guys have built. I love that the idea stemmed from something you're passionate about, and then the actual company was formed based on meditation.
Yeah.
And the two things that you've coupled up are very cool. They're, at least in my mind, opposite of each other, and it sounds like you guys have really got them on the same track. So congrats to you and your team, and thank you for taking the time to join us.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.